Di ko alam specifically kung paano nangyayari yun. Kasi 'pag may idle time, yung isip ko hindi siya tumitigil, eh.
This person was already told by the doctors that he could never ride a bike again. Pero tinuloy niya pa din.
Siyempre na-shock ako. Cycling was my sport then. I was training hard to be part, hopefully, of the Philippine team.
So, is there something else that Janix wants to do in the near future?
Gusto ko matuto magpalipad ng helicopter.
Sinag Spotlight.
Hi and welcome to Sinag Spotlight. At ngayong araw na to makakasama natin ang isang writer, isang cinematographer at isang direktor. At siya ay napakasimple lang kasi usually kapag nakakarinig tayo ng direktor, ito yung talagang medyo stricto o di kaya madalas sumisigaw pa nga, di ba? Yan ang pagkakaalam natin na mga characteristics minsan ng isang direktor. But he is a total opposite. Makikita natin siya na laging tahimik lang or pangiti-ngiti lang. Joining us on Sinag Spotlight is no other than Janix Pacle. Hi, and nice to see you again.
Same to you.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate you dun sa katatapos lang na Web Summit.
Thank you.
Kasi di ba kayo nag-cover nun?
Kami yung relax lang tayo. Huwag ka masyadong
Oo.
kabahan. Kami yung nag-provide ng broadcast solution dun sa buong Web Summit.
Oo, pero nakakapagod yun, di ba? Ilang araw ba yun?
Bali yung mismong summit, 4 na araw.
Right.
Including yung opening. And then yung setup nun is 1 week before. So, kumbaga parang halos 2 weeks kaming nandun.
Yeah, tapos from morning hanggang gabi talaga yun, ano?
Oo.
So talagang dedication and hard work.
Saktong dedication and hard work.
Sakto lang?
Sakto lang.
Parang pagod. Kung ako yun, siguro pagod ako.
Maraming istorya sa behind the scenes.
Mhm, exactly.
Pero sakto lang.
Exactly.
But
I'm so glad to have you here and I would also like to thank you sa pagbuo or sa paggawa ng music videos ng Sinag and at the same time ng theme song ng Under the Sun. 'Di ba? Ikaw ang ang cinematographer niyan.
Hindi po masyado. Bali yung team namin yung so it's a collaborative effort po between dun sa team namin para gawin yung music video nung Sinag.
And of course, we also have our director, 'di ba, nung music video. Kasama din natin ang creative director ng Sinag Digital Media, si Mon.
Ayan.
And
Hello,
nakakatuwa
Sir Mon.
lang panoorin kasi yung work ethics na meron dun sa
Napanood
group.
niyo na? Yung work
Hindi,
ethics.
work ethics
Sige,
dun
sige,
sa
sige.
group nung nagsushoot. Kasi, syempre, nandun lang ako sa gilid, nagmamasid-masid. And what I can see is an environment na sobrang kalmado. And in fact, kahit ngayon, makikita naman natin si Janix, no? Sobrang kalmado. Paanong laging sobrang kalmado ka lang?
Ano tanong mo?
Paano na lagi ka lang, yung parang chill lang lagi, yung hindi ka na-stress. Kasi usually kapag ka nasa industry na ganyan, that you are directing, may mga timetable kayo na sinusunod na parang on this particular day, dapat makaganitong number of scenes tayo. So dapat mabilis lahat ang kilos ng iba. So yung iba, may tendency na, bilisan nyo. So, kumbaga, nag-iiba yung environment minsan. But in your case, what I noticed was sobrang kalmado, sobrang chill na chill, but everyone was working and, parang natatapos na lang tapos na pala, nagawa na nila.
Yun. Kasi bali may dalawang doon. May dalawang dahilan kung bakit kalmado masyado. Una is gusto ko matapos agad. So, kalma lang. Kasi pag nag-rush ka, minsan, ano bang tawag doon? Haste makes waste, sabi nung nanay ko. So, pag nagmamadali ka, minsan lalong tumatagal kasi nagiging clumsy or maraming nagiging mistake. So, kalma lang. Kasi pag kalmado ka, maging kalmado rin yung ibang tao. So, pag kalmado ka is better work environment.
Right.
And then yung pangalawa, kaya kalmado tayo is nakuha ko yun sa tatay ko naman. Kasi siya lagi rin siyang kalmado sa kanyang trabaho and ayun, ang approach niya sa trabaho is laging laging hinahaluan ng saya.
Right.
So hindi yung laging seryoso lang. I know yung ibang director, yung ibang cinematographer, yung ibang mga amo is always straight and hindi mo mabali yung nila, yung kanilang matawag doon, yung kanilang routine, kumbaga. So masyado lang stricto, masyadong on the yung tawag dito?
Masyadong
Detalyado.
by the book dun
By the book,
based on
exactly.
the script na meron, the sequences, dapat ganitong oras matapos agad, otherwise mapapagastos tayo or whatsoever.
Ayun nga. So I believe a film is although may director ka, may producer, yung vision ng director yung susunod, it's still a collaborative effort. Kaya nga may merong team. Kasi everyone has their input. So ang ko is I rely on their input to kasi kung ako rin lang mag-iisip ng lahat, may stress ako and magiging stressful yung trabaho.
Right.
Kasi yung stress ko is lalabas. Mapupuntunan ko ng stress yung tao, yung mga crew.
Yeah.
So, I rely on them.
Yeah.
So, kung hindi sila mapag-isip, hindi rin ako mapag-isip, edi wala nang maiisip.
And I guess it's something related to the experience as well. Kasi you've been doing this for a number of years. You started back in 2010, di ba? Or
2010.
earlier pa?
I started my career as a director 2010. Prior to that, I was with ABS-CBN, working as an editor. And then prior to that, I was also in school, Romaraket.
ComArts, right?
ComArts.
Yeah.
So in Baguio City, St. Louis University. So actually doon ako nagsimula Ang kinuha ko yung course ko, I took Mass Communications or Bachelor of Arts in Communications para gusto ko kasing maging correspondent, photographer.
Okay.
And then during time ko sa university, ilan lang kami dun yung kumbaga literate sa computers, sa mga editing, gano'n, sa software. So, yung sa Baguio kasi, sa St. Louis, yung masscom doon is walang major.
Okay.
So,
Kumbaga tri-media yata ang tawag nila doon, Parang broadcasting on radio, film, and then journalism.
may advertising pa,
Okay.
may so lahat, all aspects of
Right.
communications, parang yun yung papag-aralan mo. So wala talagang major. Maraming doon, may mga film production kami, may radio production, may And ilan lang kami yung marunong gumawa ng mga ganon, kumalikot ng mga software regarding relevant sa mga production. So doon parang ako nag-shift.
Right.
Hindi naman nag-shift, parang involuntarily nag-shift ako sa production. Sa film and all these things kasi yun, kumikita na ako noon nung panahon na yun. So parang sabi ko, parang nakalimutan ko na yung photography.
And I think mas kumikita ka na lalo ngayon because you've been doing a lot of TV commercials for big names, big brands. Not only local brands, pero pati international brands.
Sakto lang.
Sakto lang. But so kumbaga, paano mo siya ina-approach na maging creative yung visual stories so that it would cater to diverse brands din. Kasi 'di ba, yung mga brands naman na nagawan mo ng TV commercial, magkakaiba. Merong nasa food, merong nasa education, merong nasa sports. So, how do you approach all of this in terms of creating a story?
Nung unang panahon, more on, kasi ngayon medyo hati na yung attention ko between sa broadcast, management ng broadcast, and sa film production. So, nung unang panahon, maraming ginugugol na oras sa paggawa ng storyboard, ng concept. So normally ang clients pag nag-approach sila sa isang agency, normally hindi pa sa'yo talaga yung project.
Right.
Kumbaga naghahanap sila ng ibang agencies na pasok sa budget nila, and at the same time yung creative is pasok sa kanilang vision.
Mhm.
So normally kasi sa agency, sa kanila nanggagaling yung concept, sa kanila nanggagaling
Right.
yung idea, and then yung production agency, yung production company, kukuha ng director na mag-execute ng vision nila. Siyempre, medyo i-modify yung concept nila, and then to fit yung vision din ng director, and then yun, dun
Yeah.
sila mag-ano. So, nung unang panahon, marami talagang, I mean, I have the time to really think about everything.
Right.
I mean, not everything, but to think about yung concept sa paggawa ng concept. And then lately, ngayon, since we're managing also broadcast, I depend na on I depend more on our team, on the team, to help create yung concept.
Yeah. Kumbaga, naiintindihan ng lahat kung anong gustong ma-achieve.
Ganun
But over the years, nabanggit mo kanina, di ba, na parang there were differences on how you were doing it back then and how it is being done right now. But what is like the major challenge that you have to deal with over these years as a director, as a cinematographer?
Actually, mas madali na ngayon ang pagiging director eh. Kasi mas accessible ng equipment,
Mas
affordable
magaganda
na
din.
mas magandang equipment, and mas marami na rin yung naging common na yung filmmaking. So mas marami na rin tao yung at least may idea sa filmmaking. So in terms of directing people, mas madali na rin makakita ng crew.
Right.
In terms of producing the script or creating a script, mas madali na rin yung yung paggawa, maraming software na available, marami kang materials na pwede mo paggawa ng inspiration. Unlike before, nung wala pang internet or nung hindi pa ganun kalakas ang internet and social media, ang inspiration mo is books and other films.
Right.
So ngayon, marami ng inspiration sa social media, yung kahit mga TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Minsan
Yeah,
nakakuha rin
exactly.
ng inspiration yun.
Lalo na ngayon, simula nung nag-pandemic, di ba? Talagang parang halos lahat naging content creators na din halos, ano?
Nag-try rin ako nun, pero hindi mo.
Well, we
Medyo,
can do it
kalimutan natin
here.
yung...
Anong ginawa mo? Parang yan ang hindi ko alam.
Bali nung...
Nag-stalk ako sa social media, pero wala akong nakitang ganyan. Anong ginawa mo nung pandemic?
Nung pandemic, gumawa ako ng isang educational channel.
Okay.
Kaalamang Pangkalawakan.
Okay.
Wag mo na i-search. Pero nandun siya. Buhay pa rin yung ngayon. Pero I think 3 video lang yun nandun. So before kasi, may time akong gawin yun during pandemic. Ngayon, medyo mas busy na sa trabaho. Hindi ko na rin siya na bibigyan ng
But basically, what's the content of those videos?
It's educational. So,
na Pangkalawakan, which means...
everything under the
I
sunset.
see, okay. Okay.
So, ayun. So, ang na-upload ko lang is about ano bang in-upload ko doon? About bakit Filipino ang official language natin, hindi Tagalog.
I see.
Bakit yung mga ganong topic.
Okay. Kumbaga general knowledge.
General knowledge, kaalaman Pangkalawakan. Yeah.
So you embarked on a lot of things. Naging director ka, nag-writer ka, and you also did your own content creation. So is there like a particular project or instance that kumbaga, that stands out to be the most challenging? And how did you get out of that situation?
Magandang tanong yan, Raymond.
Bakit? Bakit, Janix? Wait lang. Wait lang, may naalala ko. Ito ba yung magkasama tayo dati?
Yun yung pinakamalaking challenge eh.
Okay.
So,
I know.
Yun.
Ayoko na dinidiscuss.
Sige. Change topic.
Oo nga, no, bigla ako naalala. Ba't ko ba sinama sa tanong pala to? But there are a lot of learning experiences din naman. I learned a lot from, the challenges that we had back then. And up to now, kumbaga, I'm always reminded on how we should be careful, on how we should deal with certain things. And dun sa story mo kasi, natutuwa ako kasi you never stop doing what you wanted to do, pursuing what you love to do. So, saan mo kinukuha yung drive in terms of whatever failure or challenge you may have encountered na talagang sobrang laki? Paano mo tinutuloy pa rin, ito pa rin yung gagawin ko kasi ito talaga yung gusto ko?
Hindi ko alam specifically kung paano nangyayari yun. Pero for me, kasi pag may idle time, yung isip ko hindi siya tumitigil eh. Tulad kanina, may tanong ka sa akin na hindi ko narinig kasi yung isip ko is wandering somewhere else. So yun. So laging may idea sa isip ko, laging may something na gustong gawin. So I need to do something about it. So, yun, parang ganun.
Yeah. Ganun yata talaga pag creative kasi, minsan yung mind natin talagang nag-wander. Kung ano yung mga, kahit anong bagay. Anything under the sun, di
I think
ba?
nag-start ako nag-start yun nung nung ganito pa ako kalaki nun.
Okay.
So, like mga 6 years old, ganun,
Yeah,
7
okay.
years old. Kasi
Okay.
naiiwan ako sa bahay lagi. Lalo na nung umuwi yung sister ko for college, ako na lang naiiwan sa bahay.
Ano yun,
So,
nag-imagine ka?
Imagination,
Mga
oo.
Okay. And I think it helps, lalong-lalo na sa profession mo. And I guess this is one of the reasons on why you won an international award when you created a short documentary. Ang title nun ay Call of the Road.
Oh, yes
right?
po. Opo, tama.
So, that particular documentary is about a cyclist, 'di ba, na nagkasakit or na-bypass, tama ba?
Ano siya, bale, nung nagbabike siya, bigla siyang nagkaroon ng, parang may blockage sa heart niya. So, na heart attack siya while riding. So, fortunately, may ambulansya, coincidentally, and
Right.
blessing, merong ambulansya dun sa bandang likod and naagapan siya. Kasi kung hindi siya naagapan at that time, is siya.
So this is a
mag-move
real
on sa
story,
buhay.
di ba?
A real story
And from
siya.
what I understand, this person was already told by the doctors that he could never ride a bike again. Pero tinuloy niya pa din.
Tinuloy niya pa rin.
Tinuloy pa din niya. And this is one of the reasons why I guess makikita yung courage, and that's the reason why it won the Discovery Prize at the Sportel Awards in Monaco. How did you feel during that time na, okay, I received an international acclaim?
Siyempre, na-shock ako. Kasi hindi ko naman na-expect na Nag-submit lang ako for the sake of submitting. Kasi to get your films recognized, you have to submit
Right.
to different festivals, especially
Right.
if independent.
Actually, nakapasok pa nga yan sa Beijing International Film Festival, di ba?
Oo.
So, yeah, how do you feel about, all of these, recognitions?
Masaya.
Masaya. Yeah, it was a challenging experience. But just to provide a context, Janix and I were involved in a film that did not push through. So we had, to close it down because mas mahihirapan pa lahat.
Ayun nga.
So, ayun. And this was about 10 years ago.
2015.
Oh, 10 years na pala. Eksakto, no? So, that was a challenging moment, but we've learned a lot of that. And ayun nga, balikan ko lang yung dun sa ginawa mo na documentary about a cyclist. Kasi apart from having written and directed a documentary na may siklista, meron ka ding isang sinulat pa na libro naman. So it's a
Opo.
novel, and in one of the characters in that particular novel, cyclist din siya at papunta na siya sa pro level ba?
Tama po.
Oo. Is there something about cycling na ito yung naging topic or naging istorya nung first novel na sinulat mo?
I'm a cyclist also. So, nung college ako, I trained hard. So, I wake up, I sleep at around 8 p.m., wake up at around 3 a.m., and then start my training. Personal training. For my own satisfaction. I like sports kasi. So, father ko is not Olympian, but almost an Olympian.
Okay.
So I also want sports. I also may puso rin ako for sports. So cycling was my sport then. And I was training hard to be part, hopefully, of the Philippine team. So during that time, I was training for personal ko kasi nag-aaral din ako. So I was training hard and nakakasabay ko yung mga Philippine team pag bumibisita sila ng Baguio. And I was able to be with them. Kaya ko silang sabayan.
Right.
Minsan nalalaglag ko sila or parang ganun. So kaya ko silang sabayan. So and then I went back to Qatar to work and yun.
Okay.
And since Qatar yung pagkain dito masarap, Pag wala kang exercise,
nag-iba yung
tumubo ka.
lifestyle.
Yun.
Nag-iba yung lifestyle. Actually, that's one of the things na na-curious ako. Kasi sabi ko, parang hindi ko naman nakikita si Janix dati na nagbabike. I don't know, maybe hindi hindi pa rin kasi masyadong ang social media nun, ano? But,
Hindi pa.
pero kumbaga, hindi ko nalaman kasi yun eh, until later on na lang. So, nung hindi na tayo masyadong nakikita ko, may mga post na nagbabike, and then I saw that you have a book, and you have a documentary about it. So parang sabi ko, ang laki siguro ng impact nung cycling sa kanya. And now, learning from you, na from childhood pala, even your father used to be a cyclist, an almost Olympian na cyclist. Doon pala talaga.
Runner.
Oo, runner.
Runner
Okay.
siya.
So doon pala talaga yung nanggagaling, yung ano na yun.
Ganun pala yun.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize.
Ako rin.
But is there something about cycling na sa tingin mo ay na-apply mo in your life as a whole? Kasi dun sa documentary na ginawa mo, na ikaw din ang nag-voice over nun. Alam ko yung boses mo eh. Ikaw nag-voice over nun, ano?
Hindi pa kasi uso ng AI voice over nun eh.
Wala pang AI voice over nun. Pero wala kasi sa credits kung sino nag-voice over.
Ay, hindi ko na nilalagay.
Oo, hindi mo nilagay. Sabi ko, si Janix na boses to. Pero sinabi dun sa voice over na hindi lahat naiintindihan ang isang siklista. What do you mean by that?
Hindi lang naman sa sa cycling yun eh. I think if you read, kung nabasa mo yung book, may line din doon na na hindi lahat, doon sa isang project ko pala yan, hindi lahat naintindihan yung passion mo.
Right.
So it's not just about cycling. It's about the passion. So hindi lahat, kunyari isang tao mahilig sa bike. So yung tao na yon bumibili na kung ano-ano tungkol sa bike. Yung gastos tumataas. Yung iba naman mahilig sa photography or sa videography, bili ng gamit kahit hindi naman sila kumikita sa gamit na yon. So it's passion kasi. So when you have a passion, talagang gagawin mong lahat
Para ma-pursue.
ma-pursue mo yung passion na yun. Yan.
Yeah. And nakakatuwa lang marinig kasi someone who has already accomplished, di ba? Sinasabi yung mga ganyang bagay na parang there are still a lot of things that you wanted to do, that you wanted to pursue. So is there something else that Janix wants to do in the near future?
Gusto ko matuto magpalipad ng helicopter.
Oh, really?
After ko makakuha ng license ng drone,
Okay.
sabi ko, helicopter ang aking gagawin next time.
I see. Okay.
So, mga
bakit? I mean, of course, hindi ka naman na magkukuha doon kasi nga may drone na.
Hindi, and I mean, it's just, sometimes ideas just come.
Okay.
Yun yung ayaw sa akin ng asawa ko. So, kung ano-ano naiisip ko.
Na nandito siya ngayon.
Nandiyan siya ngayon. Hello. So, kung ano-ano na pumapasok sa isip ko, and then sabi ko, gagawin ko to next time. So, ano ba yung mga ginawa ko na parang...
So, how do you deal with that? Kapag may mga naiisip ka na gusto mong i-pursue, tapos sasabihin ni Mrs., wag muna, hindi pwede, or...
natuto na ako.
Natuto ka.
Dati, hindi ko siya pinapakinggan. So, it
Okay.
leads to disaster.
Okay.
Pag may sinabi siya, wag muna, mag-isip-isip ka, di susundan ka na siya. Kasi, as much as, normally, it's your partner who knows best for you.
Yeah.
Kasi sila yung nakakita sa'yo,
Yeah.
sila yung
And at saka I think it's because you are passion-driven. And si wife naman is more on the financial background. Tama ba? So, ayun na nga. Minsan kasi the passion may be there, that grit may be there, but sometimes yung passion natin would not be able to to fund yung mga gusto nating i-pursue. So, I think nagkakaroon lang din ng balancing out kung ano yung pwedeng i-pursue at yung, medyo atras muna tayo ng konti. Tsaka na siguro, kapag madaming ng pera, no? Kahit ano nang gustong gawin.
Sana mangyari.
Pero alam ko, madami ka ng pera eh.
Wala.
Hindi pa ba? May nagsabi sa akin eh.
Sino nagsabi?
Nandito din sa loob.
Sino yan?
And then, of course, that is through your hard work and you have established yourself to be a respected director and cinematographer din. And syempre, if you need these services, syempre kailangan din talagang magbabayad naman talaga, di ba? So, ganoon naman talaga ang buhay, di ba?
Tama.
And finally, you are working on another book. So,
Yes po. Oo, tama.
What do we expect on this new book? Meron ba ulit kaming makikita dito about cycling?
Hindi siya about cycling.
Iba na.
Iba siya.
Helicopter na ba to?
Hindi rin siya helicopter. About ano siya? About frustration. Mahilig ako sa drama kasi. Mahilig ako sa drama for some reason.
O kasi yung book mo, di ba? It's
Oh.
about two individuals na kumbaga, they were from different countries, from what I understand, or different places.
Tama.
They met in a different country.
Yes, correct.
And then there were a lot of heartaches and pains
Yes
and
po.
frustrations.
Tama.
So ngayon, ganun din to.
Ganun din siya. Hindi siya medyo. Bali, ano siya, aspiring.
I mean, a lot of frustrations.
A lot of frustrations.
Okay.
Kasi mas mas nakaka-express ako when it comes to frustrations and yung mga yung mga shortcomings, mas na-express ko yung
Through writing.
through writing. Oo. So yung first book ko is more on about my own frustrations. Etong second book naman is almost similar, pero it's about the frustration of another project na hindi natuloy. So kumbaga it's the same concept of the other film na hindi natuloy. Same plot.
Right.
Tinranslate ko lang siya into a book, into a more paint by words, kumbaga.
Right. Sa ngayon, in this new age of technological advancement, ang daming nagsasabi that video creation may no longer be as in demand as it used to be in the past. And I'm sure din na marami pa rin naman sa atin, lalo na yung mga kabataan, who wants to pursue yung pagdidirect, yung gagawa ng videos, to be a cinematographer. What advice can you provide this younger generation, yung mga nanonood sa atin ng kabataan? Actually, ang dami din dito sa loob ng studio. Mga kabataan, na nasa crew natin, who want to pursue filmmaking, given this a new digital age?
Magandang tanong yan, Raymond. Ang advice ko, looking at the people in this room na nagdidirect na rin ngayon, dati kinukuha namin as assistant. So if you like something, if you are into something, do something about it to get that something that you like, the thing the most.
Yeah. And I think they're doing it. Kasi mga inspired yata to sa'yo eh. When you get to see them, ang talaga nila lagi, Sir Janix. Ay, ngumingiti tuloy si CA on the side. But yeah, he's been doing a really great job at a very young age.
Opo, bata
He's
pa
following
yan.
your footsteps daw eh. So,
Ganun ba?
yeah. Parang gano'n, tingnan mo, tumango. Idol ka daw niya eh.
Sige. Wala kang bonus
Ay, ganun ba? Shout out na lang. Again, thank you so much, Janix, for joining us here sa Sinag Spotlight. Right now, since nabanggit ko ang Sinag, Sinag means a ray of light,
Okay
diba? So, having, reflections on your life's journey, what does the word Sinag personally mean to you?
Mahirap na tanong yan, Raymond. Sinag, I think for me, it's all about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're in a darkness, in a dark state right now, in the dark phase of your life, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. So when you see the light, then you know that you are almost out of your hardships and you will be overcome.
Yeah, there's always hope.
There's always hope.
Yeah.
Yun ba ang ng Sinag?
Yeah. Tama.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much once again, Janix,
You're
for
welcome
joining
po.
us here. And I'm sure that a lot of our viewers have enjoyed this conversation. If you want to have more contents like this, all you have to do is share nyo muna tong mga ganitong video sa family and friends ninyo. Mag-react na din kayo and follow us for more entertaining and inspiring content. Our handle is @SinagDM on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Dahil dito sa Sinag Digital Media, we shine brighter together.
Shoutout sa mga tiga 1507, tapos na ang Eid break, trabaho na tayo ngayon. Sa mga tao dito sa loob ng Sinag, si Billy, si CA, saka si Sir Jess, si Sir Bobet, Sino pa? Oh, Jordan, nandiyan ka pala. Ay, sorry, madilim kasi. Thank you.
Dahil dito sa Sinag, we shine brighter together.
Sinag Spotlight.